as the DELSEA Crusaders take on the Mainland Mustangs. Hello everyone, Nick Costco, Matt Ulmer is on the camera and producing tonight's broadcast. Both these teams have major playoff aspirations here in 2025. Mainland, of course, coming in as the defending sectional champs in Group 3, state runner-ups just last season, while DELSEA made a run to the sectional finals against Somerville in Central Group 3 just last season. Both teams coming in at 4-4. As Mainland plays host on senior night here at the Corral at Jack Thomas Memorial Field in Linwoods. As I mentioned, both teams 4-4. There's a big chance these two teams could face off against each other next week right here at this field. With the way the playoff standings align right now, Mainland is number 9 overall in South Jersey Group 3, while DELSEA is number 12. And you do all the math, all the PowerPoints, all the northern numbers, and sure enough, these two teams right now are 4-5 in South Jersey Group 3 for that sectional. And I'll tell you what, back-to-back games against the same team is never easy, so this will be a very interesting matchup tonight and potentially next week at the same location. DELSEA is sporting their all-white uniforms with the red helmets and the white trim on top, and of course, the red numbers on the jerseys. Mainland in their traditional home all-green uniforms, white numbers, white trim, white helmets with the green Colt logo on each side. See a little pink sported tonight as well. It is still Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in October. Captains out there for Mainland: TJ McBall, John Franchini, Mike Piergiovanni, and Chase Hogue. So it looks like Mainland won the toss and they have elected to defer. And it looks like DELSEA is going to get the ball first tonight. So Mainland will kick off from left to right. DELSEA will be on offense and try to make the first move this evening. Crusaders coming off a 13-7 win over Williamstown on the road just last week, while Mainland took on top-ranked public school Winslow on the road. Had a 6-0 lead at one point off 2 Nate Cashy field goals, but Winslow ran away with it in a 41-6 win over out in Winslow last week. The scenario is this: if Mainland wins tonight, they will surely have a home playoff game next week, and they will host next week on Thursday the 30th. So just 6 days from now, and again, could very well see this DELSEA Crusaders team in back-to-back weeks as they look to win a 4th straight sectional title. Here come the Mustangs. Mustangs are led by head coach Chuck Smith. You see him out there on the 50-yard line in the middle of his 10th season at the helm of his alma mater. 4-4 the season, 64-42 on the season, or in his career, I should say. Coach Smith has led this team to 3 straight sectional titles, including the 2023 state championship in Group 4, and they had a state championship game appearance just last season in Group 3. Looking to get back there this year. First things first, got to take on a very tough DELSEA team. 2 teams that are matched up very similarly with their wing T style offenses, mainly at more of the spread wing T, while DELSEA more of the under center traditional wing T offense approach. Kickoff just a few moments away. We'll step aside for the national anthem before kickoff right here at the Corral. Going to be a good one tonight. Mainland will kick it off. To begin things this evening, there's Nate Cashy, the senior kicker. We'll head to the University of Pennsylvania next season, along with a couple of his teammates on this very roster. That includes Andrew Gilman, tight end and linebacker, and John Franchini, Mainland's quarterback, senior, his four-year starter at quarterback here at Mainland. Franchini will play sprint football next year. Cashy, the New Jersey state record holder in extra points made, well over 200. He broke that record just 2 weeks ago. Coached up by kicking specialist Jim Cooper Jr., who of course kicked here. Also kicked at Temple. Cashy with the run up. Hanif Hernandez and Nasir Hart back deep to return. And it's going to be Hernandez in the end zone for a touchback. And DELSEA will begin things at the 20-yard line for the opening drive of the evening. First and 10 for the Crusaders. The junior quarterback, Milo Gebhard, under center. It's got Hernandez as the deep back. And Gebhard already fumbled the football. He picked it right back up, and he'll try to run to the right side there. He'll be stopped for no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Gebhard is the leading rusher for DELSEA this season, 387 yards on the year, 8 touchdowns in that quarterback spot, has 3 touchdown passes as well. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Gebhard's only thrown 30 passes this season. He'll be primarily under center. Shepard, man in the backfield. Gebhard an option, trying to get to the right side. Tripped up immediately, nowhere to go. Good chase by Eben Coons. That's going to be a loss, and it's going to be 3rd and about 12. Talking to head coach Chuck Smith this week, he mentioned it's actually tough to see Gebhard because he crouches so low under center, you barely see his helmet. Sometimes it's tough to see what direction he's going, so you got to follow the offensive line. Samir Cox will split out wide for DELSEA. Gebhard throwing to the right side. That one's incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down as he was looking for Keaton Doyle. So the punting unit comes on for the Crusaders. They're going to go 3 and out, and Mainland will get a chance. Fourth down, DELSEA will punt it away, and it's a high kick. Jake Blum back to return, calls for that fair catch at just around midfield, and now the Mustangs will take over. So great starting field position for the Mustangs, and there's a look at quarterback John Franchini, 4-year star for the Mustangs, got 10 touchdowns this season, 2 interceptions, and 4 touchdowns on the ground as well. 789 yards through the air, 430 on the ground. He's been more of a runner this year with the read option attack. Of course, Mainland without Chase Hogue, presumably for the rest of the year. So a little bit thinner at running back, but there's Lucas DiBiaso, the junior back, to Franchini's right. 1st and 10 from the 49. And Franchini will throw on first down, reeled in by Blum. Makes a quick move, breaks one tackle inside the 40-yard line, and brought down at the 35. Charles Mapp on the tackle. Blum, by the way, the all-time receiving yards leader in Mainland school history with 1,556 yards before that catch. Also tied for first in touchdowns with 18, and he's second to his cousin Kyle Davis with 73 catches. Needs 22 to tie, 23 to break, now 22 to break. Only one touchdown to break the record as well. Here's a jet sweep to A.J. Gockler on the left side as he tries to get across the 30-yard line. A good pickup on first down. Sophomore Gockler has made a bit of an impact for Mainland's offense. 4 total touchdowns this season when Blum missed some time due to injury this year. Gockler stepped up at receiver as well as defensive back. And he gets the gain of 6 there. Franchini gives one off to Kennedy, but now they're going to blow this one dead. It's going to be a false start. Look like they flinched in the backfield, but that is a delayed penalty. But either way, that'll be a false start on Mainland. Back them up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 9. Looks like a bit of a flinch on the offensive line, but as they debate the NFL replay rules as well, slow motion can always be deceiving. I'll blame Matt for that slow motion replay. 2nd and 9 as Franchini rolls to his right out of the shotgun looking downfield. Trying to find an option. Finds Kennedy inside the 30, lowering the shoulder. And a host of Crusaders are there to bring him down around the first down marker. And that is indeed going to be enough for a Mainland first down. The Mustangs will try to methodically move down the field here. Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. DELSEA shifting. Franchini a play fake, looking, lobs one that's caught by Gilman, and he'll break one tackle, and Andrew Gilman's into the end zone for a touchdown. Looked like Gilman was going to be stonewalled, and he shoved off the defender, and he's in for the score. That's Gilman's 2nd touchdown of the season. Good protection for Franchini. Nice job by DiBiase to get that block in the backfield. Yeah, you just see Gilman. Boy, he just shucked off the tackle there from Hanif Hernandez. Blum to hold this extra point. Cashion to boot it. And Kennedy to snap. Cashie's extra point is good. 7-0 Mainland, 8:32 to play in the first quarter right here on Cape Atlantic Live.
Tonight's broadcast, presented by ULME'S Appliance Service, is also brought to you by our loyal sponsors. Charlie's Bar and Restaurant, located at 800 Shore Road in Summers Point. Meet your friends at Charlie's at the shore since '44. Chico and Sons Sub Shop, located at 1620 Tilton Road in Northfield. Choose the #1 sub shop in South Jersey. And The Docks Place, located at 646 Bay Avenue in Summers Point. Book your dinner reservations now at 609-926-0404. Thank you for your support of Mainland Regional Football.
7-0 Mustangs, 8:32 to play in the first quarter. Nick Costco on the call with you. Matt ULME'S filming and producing tonight's broadcast right here on Cape Atlantic Live. 22-yard touchdown reception there from Andrew Gilman. Courtesy of John Franchini. Nate Cashy delivers another touchback. And DELSEA will start with the football at the 20-yard line. Score update for you, by the way. Ocean City 6-0 over Cedar Creek. Ocean City trying to get one last gasp to get into the Group 3 playoffs. On 1st and 10 here is a chance for Hernandez to the outside. Gets up to the 30-yard line. Good run, tackled by a couple Mainland defenders. And he's close to that first down. We're going to see if they give him enough. On 1st and 10, Gebhard. We'll get a handoff here to the edge. That's Hart. Going to bounce off a couple defenders, and Mustangs there for the gang tackle. Be 2nd and 8 after the gain of 2. Gebhard, little counter handoff. Modest gain will be 3rd down and 5. Cole Russo on the stop there for Mainland in the pile. That's what you'll see a lot from DELSEA. Again, they'll pound the rock. Again, they've only thrown it 30 times this season. Third and 5 here. 6.5 to play first quarter as Gebhard will now roll out to his left. Looking to throw downfield. Now he will try to take off and run, and he'll be brought down at the 40-yard line, going out of bounds. Good tackle by Gockler. It's going to be close to the marker, and they are going to move the chain, so Gebhard showing off the wheels. First and 10. This is what DELSEA does too, though. They're similar to Mainland's offense where they do want to control the clock, control time of possession, really wear down opposing defenses. Gebhard, counter handoff, that's Hart, trying to bounce off one man, and it'll be Liam Kennedy tossing him into the backfield. They're going to blow this one dead. It'll be a loss. It'll be 2nd down. Second and 11. Gebhard sends Hernandez in motion. He'll get the carry off left tackle. Runs into his own man. The ball came out, and it looks like Mainland has it. It popped out, and it is Mainland football. Anthony Santos on the recovery. Take a look at the replay. It was a hard collision. Hernandez got a decent block and just ran into his own man, and sure enough, Jack Doherty there to force the fumble with that right shoulder, right into the arms of Santos. Mainland to take over now. 1st and 10 from the DELSEA 44. It's Franchini going to his left. Plenty of time to throw. He's going to toss one downfield. It's incomplete. Miscommunication there with Blum. Overthrew him. Keaton Doyle on the coverage. But they were certainly not on the same page there. 2nd and 10 from the 44. Kennedy, the motion man. Jet sweep hand. No, it's a keeper by Franchini. Tried to get forward, but DELSEA read it well as Franchini able to dive forward for maybe a yard. The Mustangs were able to move the football on that first drive, but now DELSEA's defense starting to fly to the football. It's a little over 5 minutes to go in this opening quarter. These two teams played an overtime contest at DELSEA just last season. That was the regular season finale in 2024. Franchini dropping back pressure, tries to avoid the rush. He's brought down, and that's going to be a sack, but a penalty. Luke Van Auken celebrated, but he took him down by the helmet, and the official saw that one right away. I think Van Auken's going to try to plead his case, but they're going to rule that a face mask on DELSEA. So they call it a face mask, but Van Auken went towards the head, but he did bring Franchini down from the back. So, again, you can't review penalty calls, but interesting look there. But that's going to give Mainland a first down and a costly penalty there for the Crusaders. 1st and 10 from the 29. Franchini, left side, Blum. Trying to find some space. Tackled immediately, though. Not much room to run as Hanif Hernandez makes the tackle. So Blum's got 2 catches tonight, but that one for maybe a yard. Franchini, option here. The nice little toss here to DiBiaso with some speed. Tracked down from behind those. He gets across the 15-yard line, but that'll be enough for another Mainland first down. Good run by the junior. First and 10 from now from the 14-yard line. Franchini staying in the shotgun here. DiBiaso to his left. In motion goes Kennedy. Inside handoff. DiBiaso tried to bounce off one blocker. He's tackled, though, as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Good tackle there by Jaden Reyes. Junior outside linebacker for DELSEA had 49 tackles coming into tonight. Got 2.5 sacks as well and 8 tackles for loss. Not to mention a forced fumble and an interception. Second and 7. Kennedy the motion man again, and they're going to blow this one dead. And this will be another false start penalty on Mainland, their second of the quarter. After the penalty, Franchini will toss one to the left side. DiBiaso's got a little room, makes a cut inside, trying to break a tackle. Still lunging forward, and DiBiaso able to get inside the 5-yard line. Just great second effort after the catch. They're going to rule him down right at the 5, and he is a yard short officially, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Mustangs as the clock continues to tick in this first quarter. Franchini, inside handoff. DiBiaso bounces off one man trying to lunge forward. It's enough for a first down, but he's shy of the goal line. First and goal from the 1. Wildcat formation again. Blum will be the one taking the direct snap. He'll take it. He'll run forward. Might have even stood up at the line. He was. Adrian Shepard on the tackle. And Mainland struggled with this a few games ago against Millville in a tightly contested game right here at the Corral. I believe they actually tried it 3 times in a row and couldn't score. But they're going to try it again as Blum will take the direct snap. Gockler is the man split out wide at the top of your screen. Blum will take it, run up the middle, and that time he's in. Touchdown. Jake Blum gets a rushing score this time, and Mainland about to double up the lead. That's Blum's 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, his 6th total. Cashy for the extra point. Boots this one. Good. 14-0 Mainland. 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And now we'll see if DELSEA can respond here. They're moving the football a little bit, but a costly fumble ruined that last drive for the Crusaders.
Tonight's broadcast presented by ULME'S Appliance Service is also brought to you by our loyal sponsors. Charlie's Bar and Restaurant, located at 800 Shore Road in Summers Point. Meet your friends at Charlie's at the shore since '44. Chico and Sons Sub Shop, located at 1620 Tilton Road in Northfield. Choose the #1 sub shop in South Jersey. And The Docks Place, located at 646 Bay Avenue in Summers Point. Book your dinner reservations now at 609-926-0404. Thank you for your support of Mainland Regional Football.
.47 seconds to go in the opening quarter. As Cashy will run up and boot this one deep. It's a line drive kick this time. And it will be Hernandez on the return across the 10-yard line, trying to find a seam. He's got a little speed, lowering the shoulder, and he's tackled across the 30-yard line. So DELSEA will have decent field position this time around. Okay, Bobby Varnador on the tackle there, number 51. Give you another update over there in Ocean City. Cedar Creek is now up 7-6 over the Red Raiders on the road. That game is early in the second quarter. Keep an eye on that one for Group 3 implications, of course. First and 10 as Gebhard will give it off to Hart to the right side. A flag was thrown. They're going to let this play go, though, as Hart able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but now we check on the penalty. Going to get an illegal shift on DELSEA, so that's going to back them up 5 yards. It'll remain first down, though. Another update for you. Lower up 14-6 on Oakcrest. That game in the second quarter. Lower can actually clinch their West Jersey Football League division title with a win tonight. Quite a turnaround. Gebhardt, a couple misdirections, and Mainland was ready for it. Nowhere to go. Colt Russo on the tackle for loss. And E. Fernandez just ran into a brick wall, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 Mainland, as they'll flip sides of the field. DELSEA trying to generate some offense in the second quarter when we come back on Cape Atlantic Live. Picturesque night here in Linwood, New Jersey. Temperatures are dropping, though. It's getting a little chilly now as we approach the end of October. Regular season finale here for both these teams and across the state, of course, as the sectional playoffs begin next week. Implications on the line here between DELSEA and Mainland, who are very close in the standings. And right now projected to be a 4-5 matchup next week. 2nd and 16 as Gebhardt, and we're going to have another flag. And this one's going to be offsides on Mainland. So it'll be 2nd and 11 now, so DELSEA gets some of that yardage back towards the original line of scrimmage. Gebhardt's got Shepard as the lone back. 3 receiver set, though. Hart the motion man as Gebhardt will throw this one. Nice little play fake, but timing was off there. He was looking in the direction of Hernandez. Ziglio was also in the area. He was the one split out wide, and now looks like he's going to check out. A score update for you. St. Joseph's Hamilton up 20-0 on Middle on the road. That game in the first half as well. 3rd and 11 now for DELSEA as Gebhardt. A little play fake will throw, and that one caught. Did Van Auken? No, he did not. He did not reel that one in. It fell off his hands. It'll be incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 11. Punting unit coming back on for DELSEA. Boy, I'll tell you what, he squeezed it in there as Luke Van Auken, the 6'7" senior tight end and defensive end, has 6 catches this year and almost reeled in his 7th, but good coverage by Mainland there. Very tight window. And now DELSEA will punt. So Van Auken goes from a tight end to punter and of course back to defensive end shortly. Blum back to return inside his own 40. More movement, and we're going to have another pre-snap penalty, and this will be a false start on DELSEA. You talk about setting the tone if you're Mainland in this first half. Already 2 touchdown drives. Can they make it 3 for 3 here in this first half? As long as they get the ball back here. High snap to Van Auken. He had to go up for it. The ball is loose on the turf, and it is picked up by the Mustangs. Mainland recovery deep in DELSEA territory as Will Hickman falls on the football. Boy, even Van Auken with all 6'7", even he couldn't bring that one down. So a costly sequence there for DELSEA. And now Mainland already has first and goal at the 8-yard line. Franchini will give it off Kennedy, and he is tripped up. So he got back to the line of scrimmage. And Gebhard, he's very active on defense as well. You know, starting quarterback, but he plays both ways. He had 32 tackles coming in to this game from that safety spot. He's able to stop Kennedy for a 1-yard gain. Here's Franchini, low snap, toss out right. DiBiaso trying to get the edge, following a block, lunging forward. He's in for the touchdown. Lucas DiBiaso puts Mainland on top, 20-0. It's his third rushing touchdown of the season, 4th overall. Good block by McBall. Then how about Kennedy clearing the lane, and DiBiaso did the rest, carrying defenders with him. Nate Cashion for the extra point. Kennedy to snap. Looks like a substitution error here as Kennedy had to come back. He was on the sideline and he has to jog back. 10 seconds on the play clock here. See if they get it off here. And now the play clock just reset, so I think that was on the referee's discretion there. Yep, it has reset. So now Kennedy will snap, Blum the hold. Good on both ends, and Cashy hit his most perfect kick of the night. 21-0 Mainland, early second quarter. The Mustangs are rolling right now. You want to talk about Mainland's playoff success over the last 3 seasons. This freshman class has seen everything. You go back 2022, sectional title, close state semifinal loss to Millville, the eventual state champs that year in Group 4, and the very next year, they get it done. 14-0 season. State champs in Group 4, ran through everybody, and I mean ran through everybody that season. We were privileged to document that just 2 years ago. And then last year, very tough schedule. A lot of seniors graduated, but this year's class 2026 in their junior campaigns able to muster out another sectional title and a state title run as Cashy's kickoff is going to go out of bounds at the 5-yard line, so that will be a penalty, and DELSEA's going to get a good field position. Despite the tough state championship game loss at Rutgers last season, it didn't dismiss what Mainland did en route to that game, winning their 3rd straight sectional title and winning an epic overtime state semifinal game on the road at Somerville. Somerville was the #1 overall seed last year in the South section. So DELSEA rolled the football at the 35-yard line. They've had their moments running the football, but Mainland has put them into 2nd and 3rd and long situations. And I'll tell you what, Gebhardt's been forced to pass, and they have not been able to connect so far this evening. Hernandez, the motion man. There'll be a toss out left to him, trying to follow his blocks. Blum is there, shedding a block and getting the tackle for loss. Second and 12 now for the Crusaders. They've had little success trying to put together consistent drives. The Hart's going to shift here in this formation. Gebhardt will give it off up the middle. And not much there again. That was Adrian Shepard that time. He was the second leading rusher on the season behind Gebhardt. They'll both be back next season, by the way, and as will Nasir Hart, only a sophomore. Hanif Hernandez is the lone senior in that backfield among the guys who are regularly carrying the football. Also the sophomore wide receiver, Amir Chester, excuse me. Haven't seen him out there, though. 3rd and 10. Gebhardt will give it off. Hernandez, he found a seam that time, breaks one tackle, and he's just stumbled near the 50-yard line. Hernandez had the most open look he's had all night. First down from the 49-yard line. Shepard in the backfield. Hernandez, the motion man, inside handoff. This time, not much. Right back to the line of scrimmage for Hart. Maybe even lost half a yard there. Mainland's front seven's been playing really well so far tonight. Will Hickman coming up from that pile after the stop. Second and 10. Hernandez, the motion man, as Gebhardt will give it off to him. Off left tackle, trying to cut back inside. No room to run again. Brady Callen on the stop for the Mustangs. And they're going to give Hernandez a long yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. Gebhardt taking his time on this snap here. Hart, the motion man, and another pre-snap penalty. It was a read option play, and this is going to be a false start or an illegal shift here for the Crusaders. So back them up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 14. And just as we said before, this is what DELSEA has struggled with tonight so far. They haven't really had many 3rd and manageable situations, not even many 2nd and manageable situations. They've been getting backed up either with runs for 0 to 1 yards or these pre-snap penalties. Gebhardt, toss out right, and Hart has nowhere to go. Mustang swarming to the ball. Nearly the entire defense is there as he was tackled back near the 35. Well, they'll give him forward progress at the 37, but at a massive loss as Mainland's defense has been dominant in this first half, and they will force another punt. Van Alken to punt. Low snap this time, but he got it away. This is going to be a high kick. It's going to be short, and they're going to say get away from now. It's going to take a friendly bounce inside the 30-yard line. So DELSEA with a little bit of luck on special teams, and Mainland will have a little more difficult time to drive the football now as they're going to be inside the 30-yard line with 6:15 to go in the second quarter.
Tonight's broadcast presented by ULME'R'S Appliance Service is also brought to you by our loyal sponsors. Charlie's Bar and Restaurant, located at 800 Shore Road in Summers Point. Meet your friends at Charlie's at the shore since '44. Chico and Sons Sub Shop, located at 1620 Tilton Road in Northfield. Choose the #1 sub shop in South Jersey. And The Docks Place, located at 646 Bay Avenue in Summers Point. Book your dinner reservations now at 609-926-0404.
DiBiase just had that last carry. He'll get a gain of 5 there, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Yeah. $21-0 Mainland. And all Mustangs tonight. They've methodically moved down the field. Defense has been dominant. Franchini on the keeper, but he'll be tracked down in the backfield that time. Nowhere to run. DELSEA's defense was ready for that one. Jaden Reyes on the tackle for DELSEA. Tell you what, he read that play very well and flew to Franchini. Third and 7 after the loss of 2. Franchini, a play fake. Looking, throwing downfield. That one is caught by Gilman, and he'll shake off a defender and lean forward for a first down. Good pitch and catch from Franchini to Gilman. Nice gain of 11 on the play. Gilman's already got a touchdown tonight. That's his 9th catch of the year. He is over 200 yards on the season. First and 10, trips to the bottom of your screen. Franchini looking that way. Flushed out of the pocket now, and he'll just throw this one away. Van Alken was given chase. Might be something to look out for, but Jake Blum actually took his route upfield after Franchini scrambled out of the pocket. But Franchini didn't have a good enough arm angle there to try to find him down the sideline. On 2nd and 10, Franchini will give off inside handoff here. Modest gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down. And there's a scrum on the field right now on the pile. It looks like they were trying to rip the football out as Gockler finally comes up after his first carry of the night. Beg your pardon, his 2nd carry of the night. Be 3rd and 5. Franchini to his left, looking downfield. Good throw and catch to Blum out of bounds inside the 45. He's got a first down. A couple score updates for you. How about this one? St. Augustine Preps at Millville tonight. That game is tied 7-7 in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Cedar Creek up 10-6 on Ocean City. First and 10 for the Mustangs on the DELSEA 43. In motion goes Kennedy. A play fake again for Franchini. Clean pocket, going deep. And it is incomplete. He had Blum. Oh, I'll tell you what, that might have just slipped right through the breadbasket. That was a good throw. And a missed opportunity for 6. That would have been the record breaker, too, for Blum. He's tied in touchdowns for a career in Mainland history with former teammate Jamie Tyson. Franchini on 2nd and 10. Might have been a broken play, but he'll just take off and run here. He tripped up as he gets upended at the 35-yard line, just shy of that first down marker. So a good little run there by Franchini. And Mainland will have a 3rd and short. Just a tad over 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. Third and a short 2. Kennedy the motion man again. Another play fake. Franchini clean pocket throwing this one for a Blum. He's got it in stride. Touchdown, Mainland. And there is your new record holder. 19 career touchdown receptions. Jake Blum stands alone in the Mainland record books. "35-yard pitch and catch. A good job by Blum to extend the arms. And that's Franchini's 12th touchdown pass of the season. A 4-score game now as Blum will go from touchdown reception to holder, and Nate Cashy drills the extra point. 4 for 4 tonight, 28-0 Mainland as we're closing in on halftime. A phenomenal first half of football for the Mustangs. So DELSEA, at this point, trying to get something across because we are approaching a running clock territory with the way Mainland has played tonight. Cashy will boot it. B. Hernandez going to return it. And now they're just going to blow this one. His left foot was in the end zone for a touchback. DELSEA go to the 20-yard line. Trying to put together a drive here. Mentioned before the 10-6 lead for Cedar Creek over Ocean City. Cedar Creek is currently holding serve in South Jersey Group 3. They are projected to be the #1 seed in the section as of going into the week. 1st and 10 for DELSEA as Gebhard will give it off, and Shepard is tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now. Second and 10 now for the Crusaders. Mainland shifting the defense a little bit. Delayed handoff left side. That is Hernandez. And again, not much room. He'll get a couple, but it'll be 3rd down, and we're going to call that 7 right now. Under 2 minutes to play, and there's a timeout on the field, and that one it was taken by Mainland. It's their first of the half, and they can smell it here. If they can get the ball back here, they're looking to go up by 5 scores. Well, head coach Chuck Smith is very aggressive. If he has a chance to really put a nail into a first half coffin, he'll try to do it. Of course, Mainland put together their first winning streak just a couple of weeks ago. They beat Ocean City and Ocean City and EHT back-to-back weeks. So winning both the rivalry games before they had to run into Winslow on the road last week. But they would love to put together a new winning streak here, starting with this game and then moving forward in next week's sectional playoffs. They're going to call this one 3rd and 8, a short 8. Hart, the motion man. Gebhard back to his left, throws this one, and that is caught, but not getting enough is Adrian Shepard. Brady Callan on the tackle, and a good open field spot. And it'll be 4th down as DELSEA is going to have to punt it away, and Chuck Smith calling his second time out of the half, and giving Mainland one last shot here on offense before they go into the locker room. So they are backed up a little bit, too. The Crusaders are inside their own 30, so punt block maybe could be in play here. The returns have not really happened here for Mainland as Blum let the last one go. It was a high kick, but it ended up getting a good bounce. Otherwise, he's fair caught the football, so depends on how you want to play this field position game. Plus, there was one high snap for Van Auken, so you got to see what the situation, and they're going to go for it here. No punt unit out here. DELSEA's going to go for it on 4th down. And now Gebhard was just trying to draw him off sides. So now DELSEA will spend their first time out. I was going to say I was a little surprised at DELSEA. Even in a 4-score game, they left the offense out there, but they were just trying to get a free first down and keep the football. So the punting unit now out there for DELSEA as Van Auken is back in his position. Blum will return from his own 45-yard line. Decent snap this time as Van Auken will get a boot. This one's going to go over the head of Blum. It'll bounce, and he's going to let this one go. So it'll die down there at the 35-yard line, but 141, plenty of time for Mainland, even with one timeout. If you remember how that game last year went, DELSEA held the football, I believe, for, let's just say, 80% of the time in that game last year. And Mainland was able to rattle off some scores with about 90 seconds to go to forced overtime. And then just the magic of that Mainland defense, and I believe Franchini had a crazy scramble on Mainland's offensive possession. It led them to a 21-14 win at DELSEA last year. Really propelled them in those playoff standings last season. And there's the aforementioned Franchini finding Gockler to the left side, but not too much on that throw. A gain of about 4, and it'll be 2nd down. But again, Mainland's a timeout to play with. They have 90 seconds. They're not going to huddle up here, but they're going to move a little quicker than usual. Gockler in motion. Franchini a play fake, good protection. Flushed out of the pocket now, trying to direct his receivers, and now he'll just take off and run, and he'll get forced out of bounds and around midfield, but he does pick up a Mainland first down. Nice heads-up play by the senior quarterback. Again, he's made a lot of plays for this Mustang team over the last 4 years. We've been able to document his entire career being a 4-year starter. First and 10 from the 49. Mainland trying to get a little 2-for-1 here. They get the ball to start the third quarter. Swing past DiBiaso. Good block by Kennedy. DiBiaso trying to cut back inside. Breaks another tackle. And DiBiaso will get a first down at the 40-yard line. So the clock will stop momentarily. And it looks like Coach Smith wants them to spike it here with less than a minute to go in the half. They'll do just that. So 53 seconds remaining in the half. Mainland saving that timeout. On the other sideline, Jason Volpe in his second season as head coach of DELSEA, 8-11 in these 2 seasons. Got his Crusaders to the sectional finals after with a late season rally last year. Franchini on 2nd and 10 to his left, looking downfield, will just pitch one. It's incomplete. He's looking in the direction of Blum, but that ball sailed out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 10. Nate Cashy hit his first 2 field goals last week against Winslow, as Mainland was able to score on the first 2 possessions last week. But he's 2 of 5, and they're going to have to get him a little bit closer if they end up settling for one here before the half. Because right now it would be a 57-yard field goal. I would say that's out of his range at the current time. Franchini straight back, stepping up in the pocket, throwing it deep downfield, wants Gilman. Oh, and he's got it for the touchdown. Franchini on a rope to Gilman. That was a bullet. And Andrew Gilman gets his second touchdown of the evening. Franchini, one of the best throws you'll see from his season. "40-yard touchdown reception by Gilman over the shoulder." Field goal not necessary, but the extra point is, which Cashy drills again. 5 for 5 tonight. It is 35-0 Mainland. Absolutely dominant from the Mustangs as they're ready to start moving that clock now. You're talking about taking care of business. Sure to follow our social media on Cal Live Sports across YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So we are now 40 seconds away from halftime. I mentioned the 2-for-1 there as Mainland gets the ball to start the third quarter, and I would imagine DELSEA with only 2 timeouts, Mainland with just 1, they will just sit on the football here and go into the locker room. Another deep kick by Cashy to the goal line, but Hernandez will get a chance to return it, and he'll go across the field here to the 15, lowering the shoulder and tackle just shy of the 20-yard line. So, Bobby Varnador giving another shout out there. It's his second tackle on special teams tonight. Sophomore doing a good job on the kick coverage unit. Gebhard will take a knee, and yes, DELSEA will go into the locker room here. And that clock will run. It's ahead of the play clock, so they will go to this each respective sideline, and that will be halftime. All Mainland in that one through 2 quarters, 35-0. John Franchini, 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Andrew Gilman, and of course a record-breaking 19th touchdown reception from Jake Blum in that second quarter. All Mustangs at halftime. We'll step aside here on Cape Atlantic Live.
You make me feel overwhelmed.
Second half time here in the Corral. 35-0, Mainland on top of DELSEA. And the Mustangs will get the football to start the second half. So the running clock will be in effect right now as the Mustangs look to add to their lead and, again, cruise into the playoffs next week. Opponent and time to be determined. This will be the first time DELSEA's kicking off tonight as Logan Cordero will boot it deep for the Crusaders. By the way, score update for Group 3 implications in case Ocean City can make a last-ditch effort to make the playoffs. They only trail Cedar Creek 17-9. It's a one-score game after they kicked a field goal. Pirates able to hold them in the red zone. That game's in the third quarter. Cordero booted deep. This will be Gockler on the return for the Mustangs, trying to find a crease, and he found a bit of a hole as he gets across the 40-yard line. And away we go for the second half. Again, we alluded to these two teams potentially seeing each other right here next week, depending upon how the PowerPoints fall. As it stood going into the week, the top 4 seeds in the organized sectional brackets, at least for South Jersey Group 3, will be Cedar Creek 1, Seneca 2, Pleasantville 3, and Mainland 4, with DELSEA rounding out the top 5 of the 8 playoff teams. First and 10 for Franchini and company. He'll give it off, and this will be Finn Hitchner, the senior. He'll get up close to the 45-yard line, gain of a couple, so it'll be second down. And we'll say that's 7. That was Hitchner's 3rd carry of the season. Does have a touchdown. He scored a couple weeks ago against EHT. He's a transfer, played his high school football in Massachusetts in the last 3 years. So, and good to see him get some more action here in the second half as he was honored tonight for senior night. Franchini will give it off DiBiaso. A couple shake and bake moves, but that time is going to be met by a host of Crusader defenders in the backfield as Van Auken and company bring him down. Forward progress was stopped, but he ended up getting dropped at the 30-yard line, so that will be a loss. It'll be 3rd and long now for the Mustangs. Another score update for you. San Augustine Prep and Millville out in Millville are still tied 7-7 in the third quarter. 3rd and 11. Here's a play fake for Franchini. Got flushed out to the right side. He'll fire one deep, and it is caught by Blum going out of bounds across the 45-yard line. Pitch and catch again for a first down. Boy, you can't stop that connection, especially when they're rolling. I mean, Jake Blum's has had a record-setting career over the course of pretty much 2+ seasons. Because if you go back to their state championship team just 2 years ago, Jamie Tyson was the leading receiver, and again the record holder in career touchdown receptions, which Blum just broke tonight in the first half with his 19th. And again, with more to play tonight and at least one more game this season, Blum could really expand on his records. Hand off DiBiaso up the middle, a couple stutter steps, and he gets forward for about 2 or 3 yards. It'll be second down. Blum already holds the career record in school history for reception yards. He had over 1,500 coming into tonight. And now he is alone in the record books with touchdowns at 19, and he's closing in on the receptions record if he can catch his cousin Kyle Davis. Miscommunication here. That snap was bobbled, but looks like it's going to be a pre-snap penalty. A little bit of an illegal procedure there on Mainland, so they'll back him up 5 yards. Blum, by the way, 19 catches away from the record. 18 to tie, 19 to break. Second and long, a little option toss out. DiBiase had to break one tackle as the blocker. So there's miscommunication on just the running lane right there. Really not much room to run as DELSEA able to swarm that play. Another loss will be third down and long, back up at midfield. So Mainland has to get to the DELSEA 34-yard line for a first down, so it is now 3rd and 16. We're going to call it 15, though. DELSEA actually looking for their first stop on defense tonight. But if Mainland gets at least a chunk here on 3rd and long, they'll certainly probably go for it here. As Franchini, a keeper here, but has nowhere to run as Van Auken tracks him down in the backfield for a tackle for loss. And now it's going to be 4th down, and I got to imagine they are going to punt it here. And here comes the unit. So the first punt all night for the Mustangs. Again, the running clock in effect right now with the score. So DELSEA, again, they get a score, they can at least bring it back to a normal clock. That was the first time Mainland was stood up all night. Good snap to Cashy, and he just got that punt away. It's a boomer. Gebhard. Fair catch, and now it's going to roll towards the end zone. Can they make the stop here? And I think they're going to be able to down the football. They do at the 2-yard line. Good special teams by Mainland. There's a flag on the play, though, back towards the line of scrimmage. It was Brandon Reichert down there to down the football. So that's going to wipe out the great punt by Cashy. Looks like it was going to be a chop block. And DELSEA is going to make them re-kick. So they're going to move them back. It's a 15-yard penalty. They're all the way back at the 35-yard line. How about a 4th and 30? So now they will resume the clock, and Cashy will punt it again. We know he's got a big boot. Good protection that time, and he gets another kick away. It's a high kick, and it'll get into DELSEA territory, but it will bounce the 40-yard line sideways and out of bounds. So, boy, you mentioned that penalty. That drastically changed the field position there. So Cashy, only a net 25-yard punt there. And instead of starting at the 2-yard line, DELSEA's going to start at the 40. But now the question is, can DELSEA actually get some movement here on offense? They've struggled tonight, and they do have the lost fumble as well. Gebhard under center, Shepard's behind him. In motion goes Hernandez, and the handoff to Shepard, breaks one tackle, got a head full of steam forward, and he's going to get a first down. One carry, and give him 10 plus. So DELSEA moving the sticks. Luke Carrigan making the tackle, and DELSEA's not going to go away quietly here. Gain of 11 for Shepard. 1st and 10 at the Mainland 49. Hart's going to change position. Got two backs to the right of Gebhard. And we have more pre-snap penalties. Looked like early movement on Mainland's end. But they were forced by the offensive line, so that's going to be a false start on DELSEA. Back him up 5 yards. We've had a lot of pre-snap penalties on both sides tonight. First and 15 at the 46. Hart the motion man as Gebhard will give an inside handoff to Shepard, and boy, ran into a brick wall. TJ McBall driving him back into the backfield. The senior defensive tackle, 6'4", 320. That's now his 18th tackle for a loss this season. He's a menace in the backfield. They're only going to rule that a no gain because his Shepard's forward progress was stopped. Couple men in motion and play fake here. Gebhard will throw over the middle. It's incomplete, and we already have a penalty in the backfield. Got to be an illegal shift. Look like 2 men in motion. That is indeed the call. So back him up 5 yards again. Three minutes to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 20. Gebhard under center. In motion goes Hernandez. A toss out left to him. Got a little speed, breaks one tackle, and he's not going to get much. He'll get back the penalty yardage at least. It'll be 3rd and 15. Santos on the tackle. But again, DELSEA, not too much success with big chunk plays tonight. And the best looking play was Hernandez's run to open up this drive, which gave him a first down at the 49-yard line. That's where that original line of scrimmage is. That was the first play of this drive, and they've only moved backwards since then. Shepard on that three-point stance in the backfield. Hart, the motion man. Gebhard, good fakes, and now it's Hernandez. The left side ran into his own blocker, then he gets smacked down. Like Jack Doherty was in on that stop there. And it will be 4th down and 15. So DELSEA bringing out the punting unit once more. Look like they had something going finally in the Mainland territory, and the drive stalled from there. Blum at his own 30 to return this punt. See if Van Auken can get a good boot here. Snap to Van Auken, and this is a low-level kick, but it will take a friendly DELSEA bounce inside the 20-yard line. So overall, DELSEA taking advantage of that field position game. The Mustangs less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Get the offense back out onto the field. And by the way, Millville was up 14-7 on the prep. They just scored a touchdown, though, and looking for the extra point to tie things up at 14 apiece late in that third quarter. So we'll see if the Mainland offense has to run a play here. The clock is still ticking in. Running clock in effect right now. We're down to 30 seconds. And the offense is coming out there, so they, I would imagine, run at least one play here. Franchini will take it, gives it off, and not much there. about 2 yards. Hitchner will get his second carry of the night, but that'll bring us the end of the third quarter. 35-0 Mainland rolling. They're 12 minutes away from a 5-4 campaign going into the postseason.
Tonight's broadcast, presented by ULME'S Appliance Service, is also brought to you by our loyal sponsors. Charlie's Bar and Restaurant, located at 800 Shore Road in Summers Point. Meet your friends at Charlie's, at the shore since '44. Chico and Sons Sub Shop, located at 1620 Tilton Road in Northfield. Choose the #1 sub shop in South Jersey. And The Docks Place, located at 646 Bay Avenue in Summers Point. Book your dinner reservations now at 609-926-0404. Thank you for your support of Mainland Regional Football.
Ready for the fourth quarter here at the Corral. Franchini and company have a 2nd down and 8. Going left to right now as they flip sides of the field. By the way, 14-14 with the Prep at Millville, and Cedar Creek still has a 17-9 lead over Ocean City with 6:11 to go in that football game. Here's DiBiaso breaking a tackle. Second ever there by the DELSEA defense. That's Jaden Reyes bringing him down just across the 25-yard line, but it's enough for a Mainland first down as the Mustangs keep the sticks moving. Ocean City has the ball, by the way, but they're backed up deep in their own territory. But they're looking for a game-tying drive. 1st and 10 for Franchini and company. Still in there, up 35-zip. From the shotgun, he'll give an inside toss. Here's Liam Kennedy. Oh, he's got plenty of room to run. Kennedy across midfield. A good block from Blum. Kennedy down the sideline, still moving, and shoved out of bounds by Hernandez. That'll change the field position right there. Boy, the entire DELSEA defense fooled, and Hernandez, you see him there at the 40-yard line, had to play catch-up. Did a good job tracking him down, but Kennedy gets the Mustangs all the way up to the 22-yard line. First and 10. Ryan Scanlon at quarterback now. And not much there for the freshman Colin Burke that time. As now looks like DELSEA is going to make some subs as well. So one last big run from Liam Kennedy, and now head coach Chuck Smith throwing in the Young Bucks here in the fourth quarter. DELSEA making a lot of subs again. They will be in the postseason barring anything disastrous next week as well. It just remains to be seen if these two teams will square off again. Hold the phone here. We have another pre-snap penalty. Actually, that was a timeout. So that'll be Mainland's first. They have 2 left in this half. A little shout out to the drum line tonight. Fourth quarter time, of course, when they really get amped up and get this crowd going. Let's see if we get one more here, huh? Always well done. The Mainland Marching Band and Drum Line. Back to the football action. 2nd and 12 as Scannell will give it off. And to the right side, running with the football is Ben Barrett. And Barrett keeping the feet chopping inside the 15, driving the pile inside the 10. Good run there by the sophomore. There's a look at the young bucks in there for Mainland. You see Ben Barrett, number 21 right there. Dean Yeager got some carries a couple weeks ago against DHT. It's in there, number 30 or number 34. And the aforementioned Colin Burke, number 41, the freshman who had the first carry since the substitutions were made. And of course, Ryan Scannell, the sophomore quarterback. A high snap, able to corral it though, and the handoff goes to Yeager up the middle. And trying to make something out of nothing on 1st and goal. He got forward. See where they mark him down though. This will be 2nd and goal from the 10 after the no gain there from Yeager. Cedar Creek still up 17-9 over Ocean City, who's facing a 4th down with 2.5 minutes to play. Scannell sends a man in motion. High snap again. He has to go corral it, and he wisely just falls on the football back near the 20-yard line. So about a 10-yard loss on a broken play. And that'll be 3rd and long for the Mustangs. Scannell breaks the huddle. He's got Yeager to his left. Another high snap. He'll give it off. Yeager trying to break one tackle. He does, but he can't break a 2nd and 3rd. So he'll get across the 20-yard line and maybe get a yard or two, but it'll be 4th and goal. And now, let's see what they do here. They are going to kick it. Andre Vorman's on to kick it. We saw him get some time 2 weeks ago, and now he'll attempt his first field goal. This will be from, that one's blocked, so it does not matter. That would have been from 35 yards out, and it's going to be Colin Burke taking it out of the air. He tried to make something out of it, but he'll be tracked down by the DELSEA defense. There'll be a turnover on downs. Snap was a little bit low as Gockler tried to corral it, and Vorman was able to get a kickoff, but DELSEA did enough to penetrate and get that block. So the clock will continue to tick with 6 minutes to go in this football game. And now DELSEA back with the football. Ocean City converted, by the way. Less than 2 minutes to go. They are approaching midfield, still down by 8. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie to potentially send that game with Cedar Creek to overtime. Let's look at the sophomore Liam Gary on the field now, along with a bunch more of his teammates, getting their first crack at varsity action here tonight. Backup quarterback Shane Fryer in for DELSEA. Bit of a stumble on the handoff. And Mainland, as they have been all night, there on the gang tackle. Donovan Hart on the carry, the freshman back. Hart was able to manage 5 yards on that carry, by the way. Fryer will take it. Hand off right side, Lewis Tharp. And again, Mainland, just the gang tackling's been all over here. 3 guys right there, including Yeager. 3rd down. Clock is still ticking over in Ocean City, less than 30 seconds, but they have first and goal to go. And Ocean City just scored a touchdown, and they need a 2-point conversion now to tie the football game. With 20 seconds left, boy, they could really shake up Group 3. If they have any chance to get in the playoffs, they need to win that game. Early movement by Mainland. It's going to be a penalty. And that, I don't think is going to be enough for a automatic first down for DELSEA. They're going to move it up 5 yards and actually are going to make this a first down. It will be a first down for DELSEA after the penalty. On 1st and 10, it's Fryer under center. Another handoff. Trying to break a tackle there is Anthony Maldonado getting across the 35-yard line. Modest gain. Be 2nd and 6. 3 minutes and change to go in this football game. Mainland looking to get to 5-4. They will host next week against a to-be-determined opponent, potentially DELSEA again, depending upon how the standings shake out over the weekend. Ocean City is going for 2, by the way. We'll keep you up to date if they can tie the football game. Fryer, quarterback keeper, flag down. So we'll check on the penalty before we get to the next play here, as Ocean City has just tied the football game on a 2-point conversion. It is 17-17 with Cedar Creek, right now the projected #1 seed in South Jersey Group 3. Cedar Creek will be projected to have the home field advantage throughout the entire sectional playoffs, as they are #2 overall in the 30-team standings. But, oh boy, Ocean City, how about this? They've had a tough season, but if they can somehow get their way into the playoffs with a win tonight, be quite the way to end the regular season. Penalty was on DELSEA. It's a hold, so it'll be 2nd and 15 as the clock continues to tick. Fryer under center on 2nd and 15. Play fake, pressure, just got that ball away, and it is incomplete as it hit the turf. He was looking for Maldonado, who tried to dive for it. Looks like he trapped the football, and it will be 3rd down and 15. More subs on for Mainland. Third and 15. Might be looking at only about 2 more plays now for this DELSEA offense as Mainland wraps up win number 5. Fryer gives it up. That's Tharp. Got a little speed to the edge, trying to reach that first down marker as he's brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. It will be 4th down and a long 2 here. Of course, DELSEA's going to keep the offense on the field here for, looks like, one last play at the least. And actually, they're not going to run another play. They're going to line up at the 50. That's going to do it. Mainland, a 35-0 win over DELSEA. They are 5-4 this season. They have clinched their spot in the playoffs. And now it remains to be seen who they will play next week more than likely at home, and they could very well see this team again in just a week's time. DELSEA falls to 4-5 on the season. Their playoff fate will be up to the standings as well. But now we'll have to wait for the weekend to see what happens as far as the playoff standings are concerned, especially with Ocean City and Cedar Creek tied at 17. But your final score here tonight, Mainland 35 at DELSEA 0. Big thanks to Matt Ulmer. I'm Nick Costco saying so long. You're watching high school football right here on Cape Atlantic Live.